This is the Realme GT Neo 3 we all are waiting for. This phone is slightly different from the usual Realme portfolio. For example, this is the first Realme smartphone which is going to give you a center punch hole camera. This is the first phone with the Dimensity 8100 from the Realme. This is the cheapest phone which comes with the fastest charging available to buy right now, even though Oppo has demoed the 240 superbook charger on the MWC, but you cannot buy them right now, right? Speaking about the design, this phone is still following the 2021 design trend. As you can see with all of the Realme phones, they have the same 2021 design. Like the slightly curved back panel, there is no rectangular square frame. This is the Realme GT Neo 2 versus the Realme GT Neo 3. One big change you can see, there's a lot of dare to live which are not on. There's just single dare to live. Also guys, about the color choice, you can see they are experimenting with a lot of the colors, the yellow, the green, this completely off-white. This is some, I don't know what kind of white it is, but it is slightly different, less slippery compared to the existing, you can see Neo 2, but I personally prefer this. One small noticeable change you can spot near the LED flash steel frame around the LED flash. Another good part I feel about this phone is like frame is completely black, just like on the original GT Neo 2. Buttons are at usual position, power button, the volume button. In the bottom you get the Type-C speaker, the dual 5G SIM card slot. Of course there is no SD card. On the top you get the speaker also. Fun fact is that the original GT is much slimmer than that. Still they managed to give you the headphone jack, but now they have removed it. On the display, what's new? This is the first phone from the Realme. It brings the center punch hole camera. This is the 6.7 inches Super AMOLED display, and the maximum refresh rate it can support is just 120. The display is good. There is no complaint with that. It's fine. The view angles are very good. It's bright, it's sharp, it's colorful. Under the hood, you get the Dimensity 8100 CPU. That's the first time on the GT series they brought the MediaTek Dimensity chipset, and I still think Snapdragon is still doing a lot better job than the Dimensity. I will show you how. See, for the casual day-to-day usage, this is a very fast and fluid device. Okay, you won't find anything like it is slightly laggy or anything at all. If you compare it with the Snapdragon counterpart, if you look at this score, this CPU is slightly better in terms of number in comparison to the Snapdragon 870, but still it is behind the Snapdragon 888, and it's a lot behind that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, because obviously it is not the flagship level Dimensity processor. So you can see it's very close to Snapdragon 870. That means if you own a Realme GT Neo 2 with the Snapdragon 870, you're not going to see any difference at all. So that is in terms of number, you get the idea. Issues with this processor. About the heating issue. Yes, this device heats a lot. I just recorded a 10 to 15 minute video on the indoor office room where the air conditioner is running most of the times. It's relatively cooler compared to the outside, but still after 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes device temperature went to the 53 degree. Can you believe 53 degree gadget you are holding on your phone? If something wrong with the battery or anything, it might explode. 52, 53 is getting very average with this phone if you're doing some sort of camera stuff. So clearly this CPU has a heating issue, same that we saw with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. But Snapdragon 870 is a relatively very good CPU. It doesn't have any kind of heating issue. You can check out the Mission 50 that I posted on the other channel. You can actually watch and see about the heating issue. Okay, so first cons, you already got that about the heating issue. Now let's show you the BGMI graphics. The maximum frame rate which is available, it is just high, and even with this smooth you get the high combination only, and the maximum you can play is this HD. With such an expensive device, you're going to get this just smooth and high. I don't know what's wrong with that. Snapdragon 870 can play in the HDR and Ultra HD setting, but you cannot play here. That's why I said the Snapdragon 870 is still, it's a great processor. That means you need to wait and look for the Realme GT2. Now guys, time to talk about the most important factor, the 150 watt charging and the reality behind it. As claimed by the company, you will be able to get around 50% of extra juice if you charge your phone by the 5 minutes. They haven't mentioned anything like it can charge your phone from the dead zero to the 50 percentage. No, the statement is not that. So I tried to charge this phone with initial 10 percentage battery left on the phone, and in the 5 minute charging I was able to go up to the 58 percentage and roughly to 59 percentage. So yes, I am able to reach very close to the what company has advertised. Yeah, maybe in the lab environment, results may vary with the real life situation. To charge the complete phone, this phone is going to take around 17 minute 52 second in my test by turning off the phone completely and then charging it. Your mileage may vary. So yes, it is the fastest charging device that you can buy right now at the cheapest price. And about the battery capacity, if you go with the 150 watt edition, the phone comes with the 4500 milliamps. And if you go with the 80 watt edition, the phone comes with the 5000 milliamps. So mileage may vary based on the edition. This one is the 150 watt edition. So I am able to easily cross the complete day, but the battery backup is not still very great. Like if I just turn on video recording for some stuff, in just 20 minutes you can discharge 30% of the battery, which is relatively very faster what you should be getting. Okay, so not the great battery backup phone, it's a complete one day backup phone. You still get the triple camera setup. The first sensor is the 50 megapixel and the other tools are the 8 and the 2 megapixel ultra wide and the macro. This is the same sensor they have used on their premium flagship phone, the GT2 Pro, and also on the upcoming Realme GT2. First, let's focus on the photos quality. Photos are really nice, colors are coming very true to life what you are seeing and what you're taking. So we, like I told you, like we have seen this sensor a lot of times before. It is really nice sensor. It takes sharp details, color contrasts are very good, bright outdoor, indoor, everywhere it is working fine. Dynamic range is very good with this phone. It takes a lot of good photographs. There is no telephoto lens available, but you can do some bit of digital zoom and couple of results. You can see the maximum you can reach is up to the 20x. Obviously, you cannot expect a good photograph, so it's kind of waste. I don't know why they have given the 20x option. The ultra wide is just 8 megapixel. It takes nice shot. Dynamic range again is good on the ultra wide, but at least they have to give 16 megapixel, but they're not giving that, just 8 megapixel. Getting inside, if you're taking some indoor shot with the artificial lighting addition, again the shots are very great. It takes great shot. There's very less noise. Also, this camera sensor work very fantastic in the low light also. On the video capability, you can record up to the 4K 60 frames per second video with this phone. They are slightly more vibrant, more colorful that I saw with my eyes. Like you can see the colors are really not you might be seeing outside, with your eyes also. It is slightly vibrant. I was not expecting this performance with this sensor, especially maybe they have done some bit of software job to make the photos more colorful. Clearly you can see the videos are not very stabilized. That makes sense because 4K 60 is such a high frame rate. You cannot expect such from that frame rate. Okay. And obviously you can film the 4K 30 frames per second video also. The color reproduction is actually same like what we have already seen with the 4K 60, but as you can see the videos are still very shaky here. That means clearly they have done the same stuff here that they have done previously with the Realme 9 Pro Plus. That means the OIS that has been given on this phone, it basically helps to take much sharper photos with the photos mode only, not on the videos, because 4K 30 with the OIS should be much smoother than that, right? And on the ultra wide, you can just film 1080p video, not the 4K. This is again kind of a limitation. Selfie camera is of 16 megapixel, not the highest, but yeah, you can take decent photos. See, the camera department, I just like the photos quality only, that's it. And all the cameras are waste, and even on the video quality there's no smoothness at all. And on the other stuff, this phone comes with the Android 12 out of the box, the Realme UI version 3.0. There's already some update available. Maybe I will do it the later. And if you have the 12GB RAM variants, you can have up to the 7GB of the virtual RAM. This is the Realme UI 3.0. You get a lot of applications pre-installed. You might have seen like Realme is now giving so many pre-installed applications with some reason. I don't know what's their model now. You get the dual speaker one on the bottom and another one is on the top, not on the earpiece this time. I think they followed the Xiaomi 12 model. Speakers are loud enough, not the loudest. Quality is okay, it's like, it's satisfactory. There is no cons at all. And you do get the Dolby Atmos support also with this phone, and this display is HDR10 plus supported. There is no official IP rating with this phone. We have to wait and test that thing. In the summary, what's the final verdict with the Realme GT Neo 3? See, there are three main stuff they have given: the new processor, the new camera sensor, and the new charging tech. Charging tech is cool. I mean, it is still charging fast. Not sure why it is not charging as expected. I don't like the CPU at all. It has a heating issue, and about the gaming performance, it's not really good. If you are in these two category, probably you should skip this and still go with the Snapdragon 888 or 870. Display is good. I mean, there is no problem at all. Photos are nice, but if you still have to just buy this phone for the photos only, I think you should wait for the Realme GT2. You get the same sensor and the much better processor, the 888. So guys, that's it. Those are my thoughts with the Realme GT Neo 3. What's your thought with the device? Do let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day.